Day 2 of the turbo build, and it's a rain out. Started raining yesterday and it's been raining ever since. We got the temporary structure mocked up, so we keep going. Time sensitive build, so this being a daily driver, we got to rock with it. So on this video, charge pipe intercooler, from post intercooler to throttle body, we're gonna try to figure it out, get it dialed in so it flows better, it looks better. Let's go. Stop it. Alright guys, we're playing around with the intercooler charge pipe on this rainy day, and as you can see, we're going from a 2-inch intercooler setup with a ton of couplers, and we're trying to find a way how to make this work with 2.5-inch couplers and pipes to make it more efficient. So I got pretty much 290s that I'm rocking with. All right, so the first pipe, I plan to have it somewhere right around here at this level, and you can see it going down pretty smooth. In the hole, it's targeting that hole perfectly on the bottom. And then this pipe is gonna go from underneath, so we're gonna go 2.5 straight from the intercooler outlet using a 90 coupler. And the only problem we're coming into right now is this area right over here. We're gonna have to cut the pipes, maybe do some pie cuts right over there to make it work and fit. And then towards the end, we're gonna have to position our blow-off valve somewhere that works. Originally, I had it somewhere right above the heater hose, because in the winter time, it keeps everything looped up, so your blow-off valve is still working in the winter, whereas some other blow-off valves freeze in the winter with the type of lubrication they have. So we'll figure out this after we weld it on. And also, I have a mass airflow sensor bung that we will be using here. Those are going to be tricky to weld. I don't even know where I put that bung right now, because I'd show you, but I'll show you later. The only other concern is I had an intake air inlet for the turbo that would run here, and I'd sneak it in over here and have my filter sitting here. But with the bigger intercooler piping right now, the problem is I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use it. Most likely not. I do know, because I tried it and it's not fitting. So I want to focus on the charge pipe first, make sure it's working properly, and once all that's settled, we'll figure out a way to get some kind of piping from here, maybe sneaking in through here and going maybe under the bumper. Ideally, under the bumper you get colder temperatures and it'll be better for the car, but again, that thing we can do later. I just want the car to run and not throw any codes, and having a big pipe like that, the 2.5-inch right here, already is looking fantastic. I'm a fan of it. So let's get this sucker on the bandsaw, and I already got a pie waiting to cut. We'll see how it goes. Got our first little angle, just about 9 degrees. We'll see it on the car and see how it fits up. I'm sure we're gonna do a lot more angles and pies to get this thing going. I got one pie cut right over there, just about a 26-degree angle, converting it out here. into the charge pipe. A little bit tight over here, but we can adjust that always a little bit. But with two pretty much 90s and that pie, we got the charge pipe done from the outlet going into the throttle body. So I'm gonna try to align the marks here, and we might weld it just a little bit one at a time and test fit again. This is a lifesaver, the cutting and how accurate it can be. So let's say this is the one pie. See, it's still killing me here. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know, man.
You need to come on my side, no, so you can see, because you're not seeing it on that. Maybe that's what the problem was the whole time. Okay, you see how, let me just split it. We're getting soaked. You see what the problem is? What? You need to cut. I wish I could like put my hand through here. Ah.
Let go.
Woo!
So we got the pipe tacked, and now we're gonna put it on the car, test fit it again, and if everything aligns with the other one, we can start welding stuff up. Overall, not bad. Didn't burn through quite yet on the pipe, so I'm kind of happy about that. All right guys, pretty much another day done here, and we've gotten pretty far with the pipes. We had to we started doing a pie. This is a 26 degree pie, but we welded it wrong the first time, so we had to cut it, re-tack it so it's tacked into place, and the angles right over there are pretty much perfect, not touching anything, and going down all the way through there into the intercooler. Perfect. So we're still running we're gonna run the 2-inch inlet, 2.5-inch outlet. This is the flange that I'm planning to keep there. We took this part off from the mass airflow sensor, so it can just plug in right over here to the mass airflow sensor. This is, I think, the location that I will probably be welding it at. Now you got your blow-off valve location, and originally I had it somewhere mounted over here, sitting on the heater hose, keeping it nice, lubed up and functioning properly. But at this point I don't want to kind of keep it on a bend here, and the inlet for the blow-off valve isn't really sitting where I want it, since we're getting our source from the positive crankcase ventilation port. So what I'm thinking is, and again, since we're doing a sleeper build here, as you can see, stock suspension, EX wheels, we kind of want this to be a sleeper build. So I have a different idea and a different path. Let's mount it. We got a lot of space here. Originally we were using a intake pipe from the turbo going here, and our filter was here, but at this point with the bigger piping we can't run that intake pipe. So we might have to fabricate a charge pipe in the future, maybe going through here and somewhere. Ideally, hopefully, I'd love to fabricate a charge pipe right in here with the filter, so we actually get the cool air. And that might be doable, maybe not. But yeah, long story short, the blow-off valve is probably gonna get mounted right over here. Yeah, I'm thinking about mounting it somewhere right over here. So when you're looking at the engine, you can't really see a blow-off valve. It just looks like a cold air intake or something of that nature. But right over here, it's still there. It's still getting decent heat from the engine, and that port is gonna be just going out and around. And I can still have plenty of room to adjust it. This blow-off valve is adjustable, so we can, you know, test how well it's venting and adjust the pressure of the spring based off that. The hardest part of the welding, I think, is going to come down to this, getting welded on there. I'm not sure how well I will be able to weld a joint like that. And then the real hard one is going to be trying to weld this flange that's not perfectly contour and has a lot of gaps on the edges into this. That's going to be the most challenging, and I don't want to warp it or bend it. But all in all, if it does work out, I'll be real happy, and this turbo build is gonna come out looking pretty awesome.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along.